Have you ever walked into a space that was supposed to be your safe haven, a place where you finally thought you could breathe, only to realize you're still holding your breath? It's a heavy feeling, isn't it? You're part of the rainbow. You've fought the same battles for acceptance, and yet, someone within our own community looks at you and decides you don't quite fit the mold. Maybe you've experienced that sharp sting of being told you're not trans enough, or perhaps you've been dismissed because you used the term crossdresser instead of transitioning. Honestly, it's exhausting. We spend so much energy defending our right to exist to the outside world that when we face judgment from our own siblings, it cuts deeper. It feels like a betrayal. But today, I want to talk about that. We're going to dive into the messy, complicated, and sometimes painful friction between different labels, especially when it comes to the lines between the CD and trans communities. We're going to talk about why this gatekeeping happens, how to handle the transphobia that hides behind preferences, and most importantly, how we can start building bridges instead of walls. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to live our lives by our own rules, right? Listen, I get it. The labels we use are important. They give us a sense of identity and help us find our tribe. But somewhere along the way, we started using these labels as weapons. You've probably seen it in online forums or at local meetups. There's this weird hierarchy that sometimes forms. On one side, you might have people who have undergone full medical transitions who feel like they've earned their spot. And on the other, you have folks who enjoy cross-dressing or identify as gender fluid who are told they're just playing dress up. It's incredibly reductive, and frankly, it's rooted in the very same transphobia we see from the rest of society. When we tell someone their identity isn't valid because it doesn't look like ours, we're just doing the patriarchy's work for them. We're internalizing the idea that there is only one right way to be queer or trans. But here's the thing, there is no gold medal for being the most trans. There's no final boss of gender. We are all on a spectrum, and every single point on that spectrum is valid. So, why does this happen? Why do we turn on each other? Often, it comes from a place of fear or a need for protection. Some folks in the trans community might feel that by distancing themselves from crossdressers, they'll be taken more seriously by cisgender society. It's a survival tactic, sure, but it's a flawed one. It's based on the idea that if we just act normal enough or binary enough, they'll finally stop hurting us. But history shows us that doesn't work. Liberation doesn't come from throwing the most vulnerable or the most non-conforming members of our community under the bus. It comes from standing together. When we see transphobia coming from within, it's usually just a projection of someone's own insecurities or their own struggle to be accepted. It doesn't make the comments any less hurtful, but understanding the why can sometimes help us detach from the venom. Now, let's talk about the specific tension between the CD and trans labels. For a long time, these were treated as two completely separate worlds. You were either a hobbyist or you were transitioning. But let's be real, those lines are incredibly blurry. Many people who eventually transition start by identifying as crossdressers because it's the only language they have at the time. And many people who identify as crossdressers have a deep, soul-level connection to their gender expression that goes far beyond just clothes. When we try to police these boundaries, we're ignoring the lived reality of so many people. If you're a trans woman and you're frustrated by people who you feel are trivializing your experience, I hear you. Your journey involves immense sacrifice and courage. But someone else's exploration of gender doesn't take away from yours. It's not a zero-sum game. And if you're someone who identifies as a crossdresser and you've felt excluded or looked down upon by trans activists, that's not okay either. You deserve space in the community just as much as anyone else. So, how do we deal with this? How do we navigate these spaces without losing our minds? First, we have to recognize that your identity is not up for debate. You don't owe anyone an explanation of your medical history, your private thoughts, or your future plans just to be treated with basic respect. If someone is questioning your validity, that says everything about them and nothing about you. You're allowed to set boundaries. If a group or a space feels toxic or judgmental, you don't have to stay there just because they have a rainbow flag on the door. Seek out the people who celebrate you, not the ones who just tolerate you or try to fix you. There are so many subcommunities out there that embrace the beautiful messiness of gender. Find the ones where you don't have to explain yourself. And for those of us who might have been guilty of this gatekeeping in the past, and let's be honest, many of us have had those thoughts, it's time for some self-reflection. Ask yourself, why does someone else's label bother me so much? Is it because I'm afraid of being associated with them? Is it because I'm jealous of their freedom? Or is it because I've been taught that my own identity is fragile? We have to do the work to unlearn the gender police mindset. We have to realize that our diversity is actually our greatest strength. When we include crossdressers, non-binary folks, genderqueer people, and binary trans people in the same conversation, we create a much more powerful movement. We start to dismantle the rigid structures that trap all of us. Think about the icons who came before us. Many of the heroes of Stonewall and the early days of the movement didn't use the terminology we use today. They used the words they had, and they fought for each other regardless of whether they were passing or whether they intended to have surgery. They understood that the enemy wasn't the person next to them in a different kind of wig. The enemy was the system that wanted all of them gone. We need to get back to that spirit of radical inclusion. We need to stop asking, "Are you like me?" and start asking, "Are you with me?" If you're watching this and you've been feeling lonely or misunderstood by the very community that's supposed to have your back, I want you to know that you are seen. Whether you're just starting to explore your wardrobe, whether you've lived as yourself for decades, or whether you're somewhere in that beautiful, confusing middle ground, you belong here. Your rules are the only ones that matter for your life. Don't let anyone, even someone with the same pride pin as you, tell you who you are. You are the only expert on your own experience. It's also important to remember that terminology is constantly evolving. What we called ourselves 10 years ago might not be what we call ourselves today, and that's okay. We're all learning. Sometimes the tension between CD and trans labels is just a linguistic misunderstanding. Some people find the term crossdresser dated or even offensive, while others claim it with pride. Some people find trans to be a heavy, political word they aren't ready for, while others find it liberating. We have to give each other the grace to use the words that feel right for us, without assuming we know what's going on in someone else's head. Communication is key. Instead of making assumptions, why not just ask, "Hey, I want to be respectful. How do you like to describe your journey?" It's a simple question that can prevent a whole lot of drama. Ultimately, navigating transphobia within the community requires us to be both firm and empathetic. We have to stand up against bullying and exclusion, but we also have to recognize that the people doing the gatekeeping are often hurting too. By modeling a different way of being, one that is open, curious, and supportive, we change the culture of the community from the inside out. We create a world where a "my life, my rules" philosophy isn't just a slogan, but a lived reality for everyone. We can build a community where the lines between our labels don't act as fences, but as threads in a much larger, more beautiful tapestry. I know it's not always easy. It takes work to stay positive when you're facing rejection. But remember, the queer community is vast. For every one person who judges you, there are 100 more who will embrace you exactly as you are. Don't let a few loud voices drown out the love that is available to you. Keep showing up as your authentic self. Keep experimenting. Keep living. Every time you step out the door as the you that feels right, you're making it a little bit easier for the next person to do the same. Before I go, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt that internal transphobia? How did you handle it? Or maybe you have a story about a time the community really showed up for you in a way that bridged these label gaps. Let's talk about it in the comments. Your stories help other people realize they aren't alone, and they help us all grow. And hey, if this video resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It really helps the channel reach more people who might need to hear this today. You can also check out our other videos on queer identity and living your truth right here on the screen. Thank you so much for being part of this family and for being exactly who you are. Remember, it's your life, it's your rules, and you are doing an amazing job. I'll see you in the next one. Stay proud, stay brave, and most of all, stay you. Bye for now. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.